Hi guys, welcome back to Game World. If you are an action-adventure stealth video game lover, then this video is for you, because in today's video I am going to show you top 5 Assassin's Creed games for low-end PC. Before get started, please like the video and subscribe the channel for more content. Let's get started after the intro. Assassin's Creed is an open-world, action-adventure stealth video game. The Assassin's Creed depicts a fictional millennia-old struggle between the assassins, who fight for peace with free will, and the Templars, who desire peace through order and control. The series features historical fiction, science fiction and characters, intertwined with real-world historical events and figures. For the majority of time, players control an assassin in the past history, while they also play as Desmond Miles, or an assassin initiate in the present day, who hunt down their Templar targets. Desmond Miles is captured by Abstergo and forced to use a machine called the Animus to explore Altair ibn Lahad's memories during the time of the Third Crusade. Altair is demoted to a novice of the Assassin Brotherhood by 𝐆𝐚𝐸, the Brotherhood's leader, and tasked with assassinating the 9 Knights Templar, including Robert IV of Sable, to regain his former status. Altair discovers that 𝐆𝐚𝐸 is also a Templar and holds a piece of Eden. When Altair defeats 𝐆𝐚𝐸 and recovers the piece, he and those watching the Animus view a holographic map showing where other artifacts are located across the globe. These are minimum system requirements. Assassin's Creed 2 is set in a fictional history setting. The framing story is set in the 21st century and follows Desmond Miles as he relives the genetic memories of his ancestor 𝐆𝐸 Auditore da Firenze. The main narrative takes place at the height of the Renaissance in Italy during the 15th and early 16th century. Players can explore Florence, Venice, Tuscany and Forli as they guide 𝐆𝐸 on a quest for vengeance against those responsible for betraying his family. The primary focus is to use the player's combat and stealth abilities, as Desmond begins to uncover the mysteries left behind by an ancient race known as the First Civilization in the hope of ending the conflict between the Assassins and Templars. Players directly control the on-screen character through a third-person perspective, and can control the camera, allowing for a 360 degrees view of their surroundings. The game takes place in an open-world environment with non-linear gameplay, allowing the player to roam freely within several regions of late 15th century Italy such as Venice, Florence, Monteriggioni, Forli, San Gimignano, Rome and the Tuscan countryside. The Animus 2.0, a new version of the machine of the same name present in Assassin's Creed, provides in-game context for changes and additions to several game elements. A database is also available, providing extra historical information about key landmarks, characters, and services that the player encounters. The health system has been made more dynamic, with synchronization to the Animus and causing the character to recover only from minor injuries. More grievous injuries require visiting a street-side doctor or use of medicine, which can be purchased from doctors or found on bodies. The player may now swim in water, and Eagle Vision, the ability to identify specific people and landmarks, can now be used in third-person view, and while moving. Minimum systems requirements. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is an action-adventure video game with the main emphasis on non-linear, sandbox-style gameplay, parkour movements, crowd-blending stealth, assassinations, and melee fighting system. The combat system features several improvements, and for the first time in the series, the game offers a multiplayer mode alongside 15+ hours of single-player gameplay. The game introduces a new management system. The player can recruit new members by destroying any of 12 Borgia towers around Rome where papal troops are stationed, and then rescuing disgruntled citizens in their districts from being harassed by guards. The player, as 𝐆𝐸, can then send them to assignments around Europe or call them for support during missions. Tasking the novice assassins makes them gain experience, and the player can customize their appearance, skills, and weapon training to some degree by spending the skill points they have earned. Assassins can die on missions, from which they will not return. 𝐆𝐸 masters new gadgets, such as Leonardo da Vinci's parachute, which can be used when jumping from tall buildings, along with poison darts, a faster-acting poison, a crossbow, and the ability to hold and throw heavier weapons like axes. The combat system has been modified. Striking first and offensive actions are more deadly in Brotherhood than previous games where counterattacks were the most efficient. Horses play a larger role in Brotherhood, not only used as a means of transport, but as a component of acrobatic sequences and advanced combat as well, allowing ranged weapons to be used while riding them. Brotherhood also introduces various types of horse-related assassinations, featuring horse-to-horse assassinations. Minimum systems requirements. The game follows the series' standard open-world gameplay in the 𝐆𝐚𝐬 and 𝐵𝐷 sequences, where the game's main story takes place. New gameplay additions include an item called the hook blade, which can be used to zipline across the city or grab enemies to yank them in for a combo attack. The hook blade reportedly speeds up navigation by around 30% and serves as a replacement to the traditional dual hidden blade. Along with the hook blade, 𝐆𝐚𝐬 also has around 15 different bomb variations at his disposal, which are to be crafted. The game features new 𝐆𝐚𝐦𝐞𝐬 sequences known as 𝐆𝐚𝐻𝐷's Journey, 5 dolly-esque first-person platforming missions and a radical departure for the series. Each sequence of 𝐆𝐚𝐻𝐷's Journey can only be unlocked by collecting a certain amount of data fragments hidden throughout Constantinople, or by purchasing the Lost Archive DLC. Data fragments are a new type of collectible in Revelations, replacing the flags of previous games in the series. Also added and expanded are seizing districts of the city from the Templars. While capturing a district is very similar to Brotherhood, the Templars will send reinforcements to recapture districts, which 𝐆𝐚𝐬 must defend using a tower defense minigame called Den Defense, where he controls a group of assassins from rooftops against several waves of Templar soldiers and siege equipment. Similar to Brotherhood, initiates can be sent on missions to other regions, eventually wresting control from the Templars, and then using the city to produce a stream of income and new assassin recruits. Minimum systems requirements. Assassin's Creed III is set in a fictional history of real-world events. The story is set in the 18th century, before, during and after the American Revolution from 1754 to 1783, and follows Desmond's half-English, half-Mohawk ancestor, 𝐆𝐚𝐻𝐷, also known as 𝐶onnor, as he fights the Templars' attempts to gain control in the colonies. Assassin's Creed III is a third-person action-adventure title set in an open world in which the player uses a combination of stealth, parkour, and combat to complete various missions. The player takes the role of 3 characters during the course of the game. The main character is 𝐆𝐚𝐻𝐷, a 21st-century assassin, working to uncover the secrets of a mysterious precursor vault that will protect the Earth from an upcoming solar flare. To uncover the secrets, Desmond uses the Animus to live out memories of 2 of his ancestors which the player controls during these sequences, both set at the time of the American Revolutionary War. The first, briefly played at the start of the game, is 𝐆𝐚𝐞𝐬, a British Templar who seeks the location of the vault. The second and the primary character for the game is 𝐆𝐚𝐻𝐷, the result of a brief liaison between 𝐞𝐬 and a Native American woman. Minimum systems requirements for this game.